Ahoy, my hearties! It's Amanda here from Merry-Go-Round Storytelling, and today I am going to tell you a pirate story. Yo ho ho! Do you like pretending to be a pirate? Do you know any pirate words? How about shiver me timbers or ha ha? Well, I can see there are lots and lots of pirates out there, and that is fantastic because I am going to need your help to tell my story with today. Now, the story I am going to tell you is called Pirate Jim's Magic Map. And it's a special kind of story, a story where I'm going to tell part of it by folding some paper. And you are going to have to watch very carefully because the paper is going to turn into lots and lots of different things. Also, there's going to be lots for you to join in with as well. So have you made your finger puppet pirate? Has anybody made him? Well, this is mine, which I made, and you can make one like this as well. Now, if you haven't made one, don't worry, you can always make it after you've watched the video. They're very, very easy to make, and the template is on the 4 Fun Fridays Facebook page, and I'm going to put it on my MGR Storytelling Facebook page, and it's also available on my website at www.merrygoroundstorytelling.co.uk. So I think we're going to put him down over here for now because we don't need him at the moment, and we'll get him out later. And I think it's time to start to tell our story. So are you ready? Let's start from the beginning, which I always think is the very best place to start with a story. There was once a boy called Jim. Jim wanted to be a pirate. He wanted to travel the world and sail the 7 seas. Now, Jim had always wanted to be a pirate, and so he had learnt lots of pirate lingo. He had learnt words like shiver me timbers. He had learnt things like land ahoy! And he'd also learnt something very important, which was aye aye, captain. Now, he had a pirate hero, and his name was Captain Redbeard. And Captain Redbeard had big red fuzzy hair. Captain Redbeard had a big red moustache, and Captain Redbeard had a big red beard, and he was the most famous pirate in all of the land. And Jim, more than anything else in the world, wanted to be one of Captain Redbeard's crew. Now, the problem was, in order to be one of Captain Redbeard's crew, you needed 3 things. The first thing was a pair of pirate trousers. Well, Jim thought that was fine because he already had a pair of trousers and he thought they would probably do. The second thing that you needed to be one of Pirate Redbeard's crew was a pirate hat. Now, Jim thought he could probably make a pirate hat, and there were loads of them around, so he was okay with that as well. But the third thing that Captain Redbeard demanded that you must have was a special pirate t-shirt with crossbones on the front. Crossbones like you see on a pirate flag, and that's because Captain Redbeard loved crossbones. And the problem is these t-shirts with the crossbones on the front were very, very expensive, and Jim had no money at all. The only way he thought he would ever be able to buy one was if he was to find some treasure. If he was to find some doubloons. Now, doubloons are pirate treasure, and they look like this. I've got some here, look. Here they are. Oh, look. Here are some doubloons. Can you see? Pirate gold. Wow. Now, I've already got some of these, but Jim hadn't got any, and he really desperately needed to find some, so he was always on the lookout. And as he walked along, he would always sing a little song which went like this. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. If you want to take a trip, jump aboard my pirate ship. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Do you think you could do that with me? Come on, all we have to do is walk like this and look like this, and then we have to do a bit of jumping like this. So are you ready? Come on, up you get. Stand up with me and we'll pretend to walk like Jim. Off we go. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. If you want to take a trip, jump aboard my pirate ship. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ahoy! Brilliant. Well, let's get back to the story. So, one day, Jim was walking along like this. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Suddenly, he stopped, because there on the floor was a pirate hat. Jim, well, he picked it up and he had a little look. He looked inside to see if there was a name, but no, there was no name inside. So he went to see if there was anybody around. Anybody lost a hat? Pirate! But there was nobody around. Oh dear, thought Jim. And as he was looking, suddenly a piece of paper fell out. Well, Jim picked it up and he had a little look, and he unfolded the paper. And as he unfolded it, he saw that it was a treasure map. Wow, thought Jim. A treasure map? If I search for this treasure, I might be able to buy that pirate t-shirt with the crossbones on the front. Jim couldn't believe his luck. He looked at the pirate map and he saw that all you had to do was walk up the mountain and down the other side. Then it looked like you had to go into a cave, which was kind of through a forest, and then you had to go through the cave, and then you got to a beach, and look, there was a ship. And then he saw that you had to go across to an island, and there in the middle of the island, X marks the spot. Treasure, thought Jim. Yo-ho-ho, he said. Well, he decided to go and look for the treasure straight away. So he folded up his map and he put it in his pocket, and he picked up the pirate hat and he put it in his backpack like this, and he set off. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Well, he hadn't gone very far before he came to the bottom of a mountain. Now, do you remember, before I started telling the story, I said that I was going to start to do some paper folding? Well, this is when I'm going to start to do that. So I'm going to need you to look very, very carefully and see what this paper turns into. And this is the moment where I want you to pick up your little finger puppet pirate, if you've made one, and join in with the story. Now, don't worry, if you've not made one, you can just walk like Jim, like this, like I'm doing with my fingers. So are you ready? Jim came to the mountain which he saw on the map, and he started to walk up it like this. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Are you at the top? When he got to the top, he looked around. He looked this way. Ooh. He looked that way. Ooh. He looked behind him. Ooh. And then he looked in front of him, and there he saw the island in the distance where the treasure was. Jim started to jump up and down like this. Doing, 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 doing. Then he decided he needed to go down the other side of the mountain, so he started to walk again. Are you ready to walk with your fingers? Off you go. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. Now it was very hot doing all that walking, so Jim decided to get his hat out of his rucksack, and he decided to put his hat on his head like this. Ta-da! He carried on walking with the hat on his head, and soon he came to the forest that he had seen on the map. Now, the forest was full of lots and lots of pointy looking trees, which looked just like this. Jim walked through the forest, past all the trees, and suddenly he looked from behind a tree. And there, in front of him, was the entrance to a cave. Wow, there's the cave, thought Jim. Straight away, he started to run into the cave. Have you got your fingers? And he ran like this. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. And he went inside the cave. But as he went inside the cave, everything started to get very dark. Can you put your hand over your face like this to make things look a bit dark? Oh, it was very dark in the cave and he couldn't see where he was going. Now, if you can open up your fingers a little bit and get your eyes used to the darkness, and take your hand away from your face and blink, Jim could now see inside the cave. Wow, and it was beautiful. It was a bit chilly inside. He carried on walking slowly, and as he walked, suddenly he stepped in something wet. Ugh, he thought, what's that? He looked down, and you know what? It was a beautiful stream of clear, fresh water. Well, that was lucky, because Jim was feeling rather thirsty. So he got a little cup out of his bag, and here it is. And he picked up some water in his cup, and he started to drink. Would you like some water from the stream? Okay, let me get some. Here you go. Are you ready? Lovely fresh spring water. Well, now Jim was feeling much, much better, and he started to walk out of the other side of the cave like this. Are you ready? Got your fingers? Off we go. Out we come. Zoom, 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 I'm searching for doubloons. As he walked out of the cave, he found himself on a beach. And there in front of him was a boat. It was the boat Jim had seen on the map. Yo ho ho, said Jim, and he jumped inside the boat like this. Whee! He was about to go off on an adventure. Well, the boat started to sail away like this. Shall we get ready with the boat? And it sailed across the sea. But as it started to sail, the wind started to pick up. Can you blow? and started to blow the boat this way, that way. The wind was going hoo, 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 hoo. And as it blew, suddenly the waves started to get bigger and bigger. Then it started to rain. Can you make the rain noise like this? There was a storm brewing. Jim looked up. Oh no! Suddenly there was a crack of thunder. Can you clap your hands together? Clap! And then from the sky there shot down a bolt of lightning. It went zig, zag, and hit the mast of the boat. And as it hit the mast of the boat ripped off like this and broke in two and floated down to the bottom of the ocean. Help! Shouted Jim. Help! Without the mast, the boat was just going to and fro. It was out of control, and the waves were getting bigger. Can you make the waves? And bigger and bigger until there was one enormous wave which cracked onto the boat. Now I want you to make that noise. Can you shout out crack? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, crack! The wave hit the front of the boat, and as it did so, the front of the boat ripped off like this. Oh no! And it fell to the bottom of the ocean. Help! Shouted Jim. Help! Now the boat had no front and it was completely out of control and being bashed by the waves. He was getting closer to the island, but he thought the boat might sink and the wind was still blowing. Can you blow? The boat was now heading towards the rocks. Can you make your fist into a rock? And it gets closer and closer, and it's going to crash into the rocks. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to shout crash. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, and crash! It bumps into the rocks, and as it does so, the back of the boat breaks off as well, and that too floats to the bottom of the ocean. Now the boat starts to sink. Down and down and down it goes, down to Davy Jones's locker, and Jim is sinking with the boat. But luckily, Jim can swim, and he starts to swim up. Can you swim up with me? And up, and up, and up till he gets to the top, and he starts to swim to the shore. Swim, swim, swim. He's exhausted but determined, and soon he makes it onto dry land, onto the beach of the island, and he collapses. Jim lifts up his head, and in the distance he sees the treasure box. It's only 10 paces away, so he starts to walk towards it. Are you ready to count to 10? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jim reaches the treasure box and he opens it up, and shiver me timbers, he says. There's no gold inside. There's no jewels. There's no doubloons. Oh, I'm never going to be a pirate now and get one of those crossbone t-shirts. Oh, what am I going to do? Then Jim looks carefully, and in the bottom of the box, he sees a piece of material. He shakes the box upside down like this to get the material out. And as he does so, it falls and he catches it. He unfolds the piece of material like this. And as he does so, he sees it's only a special pirate t-shirt with the crossbones on the front. It's exactly what he needed to be one of Pirate Redbeard's crew. Jim can't believe his luck. Yo-ho-ho, he says, a pirate's life for me. The t-shirt is perfect. And you know what? As luck would have it, Captain Redbeard happened to be sailing by on his ship just as Jim picked up the t-shirt and held it out like this. Captain Redbeard happened to be looking through his telescope. Can you look through your telescope? And he saw Jim's t-shirt. Ooh. And as he saw the t-shirt, he shouted out, "Ahoy, landlubber! Do you want to come aboard my ship?" "Aye, aye, Captain," said Jim. And he put the pirate t-shirt on. And he swam and swam and swam and he climbed aboard the ship. Well, after that, Jim became one of Captain Redbeard's crew. And you know what? They had many an adventure together. And on the ship, they sailed this way and that way, forwards and backwards, over the deep blue sea. And Jim lived happily ever after. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. That was really good fun. Now, I love the way this treasure map was able to turn into a t-shirt. And, well, I love the way we could make Jim walk up the mountain and search for his treasure. Now, if you haven't made one of these yet, you can find the template on my website or on For Fun Fridays Facebook page or on my MGR Storytelling Facebook page as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a wonderful day and happy storytelling. Bye-bye.